Welcome back, my enlightened ones. Welcome back to my channel. It's Kat, the fairy queen. How is everybody tonight? So happy to have you guys along on this ride. So this is a major Sabbath. This Beltane. So this is really a big deal. So that's kind of important. I'm going to jump over to comments and say hello to everybody. Hello, Adam. Hello, Vincent and Angie. And we have Penny in here in the Court of Madness and Jazz. Excuse me, I'm getting over a little cold. Forgive me. Jasmine was here earlier. She's driving home, I believe. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this headdress off because this is going to drive me nuts all night long. Okay. So we're going to put this over here. So going on behind me, okay, we have the whole fairy house. I set it up over here. I have not called them in yet. I do have a bunch of cake, and I have my fairy cam, which I will be pulling up, and we will going. No worries, Court of Madness. No worries, love. No worries. So I'm just happy that you're here with us tonight. So I will be summoning in the Fae. So hopefully, in fact, I dreamt about the blue fairy last night, so that was quite interesting. I call him Blue Boy. He looks like a little blue boy. That's the one that flew out of the fairy house last time during the Reiki class and came over my shoulder and hovered for a second and then took off. Excuse me, boy. Excuse me again. So anyway, this is going to be a really fun night. So here, let me show you what's going on here. I got my camera going on here. Let's see here. I'm going to mute this mic and turn the other mic on. So let's. Okay, my other one doesn't want to unmute. What is the issue here? Stream. Okay, now can I unmute it? Still won't unmute. What is up with that mic? Why are you giving me issues? Well, anyway, that's not gonna work. Let me pull it out. Let me take it out and then go back into the StreamYard. Let me see if I can get it to behave itself. So how is everybody tonight? So like I said, I'm Kat. I'm Four Winds. Welcome to my channel if you're new here. Like and subscribe. Like to give my craziness out there to everybody. Okay, enter studio. Dun, 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 dun. It's weird that mic doesn't want to unmute on me. That's really weird. Okay, entering studio. Okay, I am unmuted. Okay, so I'm going to mute the other mic. There we go. So let me pull down I need my flashlight. Flashlight, let's see that one here. Oh, right on the ball tonight. There we go. So, what we got going on here? I need to see things. What happened now? Here we go. Sorry, it seems to be an echo going on here, guys. But this is just for a second here. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to remove this other camera. There we go. Look at my chair. So what we have going on here is we have cream rolls. They love this. They love fresh roses. Over here, we also, maybe I can mute this. I don't within myself. Okay. Yeah, I'm muted. Okay, so back to where we were. So fairy cake, they love assorted fruit. Here, so we have oranges, we have pineapple over here. And it's so funny because my friend Tina, I wanted to make a fresh loaf of bread for the fairies, and my friend Tina came over the other day, and she must have picked up my vibe I was sending her because she brought me over a fresh loaf of bread that had a pentagram on the top of it. So I cut it up, and it does have butter on that. They love butter. We have milk going on here. We have 4-leaf clovers, crystals. This is a hot cup of tea. They love tea, so we got blueberry tea going on here. I don't know if you guys have ever actually seen in the fairy house. My granddaughter, Jocelyn, made this for me. She's quite talented. So this is inside the fairy house here. I did make a maypole. So with the hopes of maybe something will move things, I actually went to the ocean and I picked up some sand from the ocean, and I actually dyed it green and purple, but I also put sparkles in it. Chris, which is a lovely number one spookster for us, gave this to me last Samhain, last Halloween. So that's very special to me. So I thought he needs to go in there. And then over here, we have this is rose water. They love rose water. And of course, this is my lucky jar that we did on St. Patrick's Day. This is actually fairy quartz here. We have King Finvara, our fairy king here. And that's basically what's going on over here. Oh, we're going to turn our ball on here. See if we can get some activity with the ball tonight. So I'm going to be moving my camera over. So let me... Hi, I'm back. Okay, so I'm going to close up that camera for now, because I don't think we're going to need it again tonight. I just wanted to give you guys an idea of what the setup is over there. So, Whispers in the Realm of Darkness, Natalie, welcome, my friend. Adam, as I said, and Vincent, and Angie, and Sara, Court of Madness. Shane is in here. Penny is in here. I'm not sure if Carrie is, but hello, Carrie, if you are. And I haven't seen Julie pop in just yet. So anyway, so I'm going to start the class. So let's get a mosey on, shall we? Is the music okay? Can you guys hear the music okay? Now that I can actually turn it up just a little bit. Is that good? Can you hear it? All right. So, all right. So back to all my lovely banners and all my good things and everything that we got going on. Celebrate Beltane. So Beltane is about fires and fairies and love, and this is exactly what it is about. And I know you guys know that the veil is thin around Samhain, which is Halloween time, but it also thins this time of year as well. The veil is at its thinnest this time of year, Beltane, which is May 1st, as well as I almost said Yule, Samhain, which is October 31st. So back to the wheel of the year, okay? So we have Samhain, which is I think I'm pointing on the wrong side here, because it's opposite. So we have Samhain, which looks like Samhain. That's where the wheel of the year begins. We have celebrated Yule in bulk, Ostara, and now we are at Beltane. We are actually 6 months into the Wiccan stuff. So Beltane, we are at the halfway mark, and Beltane is also the halfway mark between Ostara and Litha. Okay, the Litha is the first harvest that is going to be coming to be celebrated. So that's quite interesting there. So Beltane, as I said, as the veil thins, remember to leave out an offering for the Seelie Court. Okay, so what I want to do right now is I'm actually going to summon in the Fae. I'm going to run over the comments. So glad tomorrow's Friday. This week went pretty fast. That's awesome. Your roommate's watching with you. That's awesome. Hi, roommate. So anyway, so back to my banners. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm actually going to set up a little sacred circle, which I can do from my chair. I don't have to get out of my chair to do it. And then I'm going to, I actually wrote my own invocation. It's good to write your own stuff because you're putting your own energy into the invocation, and it actually has more power to it than finding something to read off the internet and do that. I actually had one I read off the internet, and I was going to put it in the class, and I said, you know what? No, I'm going to really go all out for this. I've been setting up my room basically since this morning. I have a bunch of stuff that's hanging basically it's almost like a maypole above here. Now, the maypole itself, the pole stands for masculine energy, okay? And the ribbons that get wrapped around the pole is actually feminine energy, in case you didn't know that. Okay, so I'm going to take a moment, and I am going to set up my sacred circle. I conjure thee by dragon power, a circle now around me stands, a boundary line between gods and man. Once around I trace the path, twice around it turns to flame, 3 times around a wall of fire. Within this realm we will remain. This ground is sacred, consecrated, as above from crown of heaven, as below it is revealed. Crystal fortress bound around me, by my words the circle is sealed. Okay. So I'm just giving them a safe place to come into. And usually when I start invoking, when I conjure thee by dragon power, that usually starts automatically bringing them in. So In this time and in this hour, I call upon the elemental power of salamander, sylph, gnome, and fae. I wish for you to come and play. The sealy chord I beckon thee, come and have a cup of tea. Libations are many on this night. Please come to me and hear my plight. So mote it be, blessed be. Okay, so now we've just summoned in the fae, and let's see if they start to come in. And so hanging above my bed right here, okay, this is called the septagram or heptagram, okay? This is a seven-pointed fairy star, and this is just as powerful as a pentagram is. The septagram or fairy star is used instead of with the pentagram by many fairy and Celtic-based traditions. The 7 points represent the sun, the forest or wood, the sea, magic, the moon, the wind, in spirit or connection. It is also said to be a gateway to the other world. Each point of the star is one of the entrances to the fairy realm, or the 7 rays are the manifestation to your higher self. Remember, we discussed the 7 rays. Has to do with your chakra system, guys. The points blend with each other, nurturing and joining us as one with the universe, bestowing personal and spiritual transformation. Synister Whirlwind's investigation, they on this me. So again, some fairy offerings I do have out tonight. I do have honey over there. I do have milk. There's lavender. There's a bunch of flowers. There are some herbs on the table. Lots and lots and lots of crystals. I hung the wind chime with hopes that maybe they'll get a little rambunctious. Both my doors are closed to my room, so if anything gets thrown, because sometimes they do get a little rambunctious, I'm hoping that they're going to come and play. It's actually not Beltane today. That's not until May 1st, but I wanted to get this class up and running. So, something just kind of went up over here. I wanted to get this. Yeah, I wanted to get this class up and running so people had some time to, because I'm going to give you some suggestions on how to celebrate Beltane. So if you want to have a little time to set up an altar for yourself or do a few things for yourself, you'll have time to do that. So, anyway, so Beltane. Beltane celebrates warmth, the sunshine, as well as the growth, vitality, and fertility that it promises. This is the halfway point between the spring equinox and the summer equinox. Beltane is a Celtic word which means fires of Bel. Bel meaning the Celtic deity. Fire rituals are especially important on this day, with the sun shining, flowers blooming, and the days getting longer. Optimism is everywhere we look. Activities: dance around the maypole, craft a flower crown or wreath, have a hand fasting ceremony. That's one of the things that it's known for, is getting married on this day, May 1st. Celebrate your body and revitalize your sexual energy. All about fertility. Make May dolls or May Day baskets. We'll discuss those in a moment. Love and fertility spell work. Decorate a May bush, and I'll show you one of those. Create a fairy garden. Crystals: rose quartz, carnelian, garnet, malachite, amber, jade, aventurine, emerald, and beryl. In case you're not aware of what beryl is, this is beryl here. Holding a piece in my hand. So that's what beryl is. Oop, that was loud. Incense oils: lavender, peach, jasmine. That jasmine's everywhere. Musk, frankincense, rose, vanilla, lemon, lilac, and mint. So, um, so the thinning of the veil, Beltane magic. Like Samhain, the thinning veil presents itself once more at Beltane, a time when the physical and spiritual realms are intertwined rather than circling around one another. This is the most ideal and sacred time for connections with the ancestors, guides, and especially the realm of the fairy. It is said that if one sits under a tree at Beltane, they are sure to see the fairies. In Ireland, it is believed that the food left over from May Eve must not be eaten, but rather left out for the offerings to the fairies. Beltane celebrates life and offers us a rare glimpse into the spirit world and other earthly dimensions. Allow yourself to feel the shift of the world between worlds and hold it very sacred in your heart. It's believed that if you have a hagstone, which I have here, that if you look through the hagstone, that you can actually see into the fairy realm. So this isn't going to work, but I just want to kind of give you an idea. So supposedly you're supposed to be able to see into the fairy realm if you look through the hagstone. I have yet to see them other than in dreams or just little flybys every now and then. So we're going to talk about Belenus. Belenus is the horn god of Beltane. I didn't really point it out, but in the back there, I actually have some horns. Anything that you see on this bed, I did not kill. I do not kill things. I love things. But if I find things, I honor them, and that's why it's on my bed. So I do have antlers on my bed, okay? So Belenus means bright one of the most ancient and most widely worshipped of the pagan Celtic deities. He was associated with pastoralism, being a pastor, a great fire festival called Beltane. Now, the Beltane fires, the Celts, they're all about those fires. It's believed that they would light fires on one hilltop and another hilltop, and they would run their cattle in between the fires, closely to the fires, for two reasons. One reason, it was supposed to bring good harvest, it's supposed to bless the animals when you walk them between the flames. And the other reason is that it's believed that the heat from the fire and the flames would burn off ticks and fleas off the animals as they paraded them through. It's supposed to be that if you get married on Beltane, you are supposed to jump over the fire for good luck and good prosperity to come into your life, and so forth. I'm just going to jump over to comments before I really dive deep the whole Adam. Okay. So a great fire festival called Beltane or Beltane was held on May 1st and was probably originally connected with his cult. Okay, that's Belenus. On the day, the cattle were purified and protected by fire before being put out to open pastures for the summer. Despite associations of his name with fire or the sun, Belenus was not a sun god. In fact, there is no Celtic evidence for the worship of the sun as such, even though it was often used in religious imagery. There are about 31 dedications to Belenus, an unusual high number for a religion that specialized in the number and diversity of its divine names and epaulets. Those are different names. The cult of Belenus was practiced in northern Italy. And then we're going to talk about the May Queen. Okay, the May Queen her name is Flora. Okay, I actually have pictures of them. Let me pull them up for you. Here they are. Oh, so beautiful. The May Queen is Flora, the goddess of the flowers, and the young blushing bride of the princess of the Fae. She is the Lady Marian in the Robin Hood stories that you hear about. In Guinevere, in the Arthurian cycle, she is the embodiment of the maiden or Mother Earth in all her fertility glory. Okay, remember we have the moon phases, the maiden, mother, and crone. So this would be the maiden stage of the moon phase. The earth will blossom and bloom with crops and flowers and trees. The summer soils are so fertile. When fall approaches, Samhain comes, and May Queen and Mother are gone. So when Samhain comes, she actually throws her fairy staff under the holly tree, and the holly deity takes over at that point and rules through the wintertime. The May Queen and Mother are gone. Young no more. Instead, the earth becomes the domain of the crone. She is the hag who brings dark skies and winter storms. She is the dark mother, bearing not a basket of bright flowers, but instead a sickle or a scythe. When Beltane arrives each spring, the May Queen arises from her winter sleep and does battle with the crone. She fights off the Queen of Winter, sending her away for another 6 months so that the earth can have abundance once more. So this is This is Hearn, which is another hunter as well. Pan is also tied up into this as well. Next week's class is Pan, so I'm not really going to touch on Pan tonight. He is a Titan, yes, always a Titan. So that's quite interesting. So Beltane blessings. Beltane is on May 1st and is the most joyous and celebrated of the Sabbats. It is a celebration of God and Goddess, a union which will bring life in the form of flowers and food and all living things here on earth. Altar, hawthorn, fragram flowers or orange candle placed in the cauldron. The cauldron also, that's the womb of life, so that needs to be in there. I do have my cauldron over there. Food, dairy, and oatmeal. Light the candle and place floral offerings around it. Recite, King of the day and Queen of the night, I honor you here in your union right. Accept these gifts on this day of Beltane as you are joined once more. So, they're being quiet right now. What the heck? All right, so let's jump over to this one. Beltane folklore tells that the queen of the fairies rides in on a white horse. If you sit quietly beneath a tree, you may see her or hear the bells on her horse. If you hide her face, she will pass you by. But if you look at her, she may choose to lure you away to fairyland for 7 days. So that's interesting. All right, I'm going to jump over to comments, make sure everybody's okay. Oh, those are big antlers. So, yeah. It's not the size of the antlers, Adam. All right, so setting up the Beltane altar. Originally known, let's see here, the end of April and beginning of May is when the traditional holiday of Beltane falls. The word Beltane originates in the combination of Celtic and Gaelic words that brings in the meaning bright fire. This is important to know as one of the main activities of Beltane is lighting those fires. And remember, bonfire used to be bone fire. So think about that next time you have a bonfire. They actually used to burn bones in offerings in the fire. So that's quite interesting. In Scotland, Beltane is May 15th. But again, they usually go around the full moon, and that's the reason why for that. Originally known as the Guardian, the Beltane Festival is a celebration of life. Don't be surprised to find Beltane decorations to include plenty of seedlings and flowers. Colors associated with the holiday are lush greens and bright spring colors, yellows, purples, and blues. This is a time when we hold the agricultural and fertility gods and goddesses in higher esteem than usual. Some of those gods and goddesses are Mother Gaia. That's why we have that class. Um, the triple moon goddess, Hecate, yes. And the green man, Pan, yes, that's Pan. Or it can be Serenus, or it can be Hearn, or we dedicate rituals, prayers, and spells to them so that worshippers may reap their abundance come Litha, that's the summer equinox. Beltane is time when the maiden goddess of the May Queen has reached sexual maturity. The verdant soil, which means fertile soil, is a physical manifestation of her. So actually to have a cup of soil or dirt from your yard on your altar is perfect because that represents that fertility and that represents the embodiment of her. The green man or the May King falls in love with the maiden goddess, and then he wins her heart and asks for her hand in sacred marriage. The heroes, the gamos, the ancient Greek called the holy marriage. Again, heroes, gamos. Heroes, gamos. Marriage is a game, I guess. It is to Zeus, that thick little fellow. And one of the major causes for celebration among Beltane, there are, of course, several ways to celebrate Beltane and the wonderful union between the May Queen and the May King, which, of course, yes, is your maypole, and that represents the intertwining of the ribbons going around, and that's the intertwining or the union of the two coming together. So the next time Beltane shows up on the wheel of the year, you'll be better prepared to celebrate it. Setting up your Beltane altar. Let's see here. Crystals to have: malachite, garnet, rose quartz, emerald, beryl, tourmaline, fire agate, tiger's eye, and carnelian. And I believe I have crystals on here somewhere. Let me find them. Ooh, Beltane chant. Let's do that. On the night of Beltane, the fire shall burn to usher in the Sun King and welcomes his return. Hand in hand on this night, the Lord and ladies sing joy upon the land and gifts that they will bring. Days will now be longer as the power of the earth grows stronger. Trees shall blossom and flowers will bloom, bringing forth from within the womb. Upon Beltane, light a candle and make a wish into the flame. Be happy, rejoice, dance, and sing, as this is the most joyful time of spring. I do want to mention Hearn right here real quick. Beltane Hearn, the horn guard. At Beltane, the land is full of bloom, and all of nature is growing wildly. The horn god, Hearn, the hunter, rules this time of year. He has the horns and the cloven feet of an animal and the body of a man. In Celtic traditions, this male spirit of nature is the untamable, instinctive wild man. Pan! Or the forest, and he brings his exuberant sexual energy to the sacred marriage with the fertile earth goddess. Hearn also leads the wild hunt and directs the souls of the dead to the underworld. Now, remember what I said, don't get caught up in the names, because depending on what culture, what that you're following, they all have different, but it's so funny how they all celebrate the same dang thing. There's something to this, trust me, there is. So, how is everybody doing tonight? Where's my Chris? I told Chris to be here. Some chocolate. Chocolate, that is the food of the gods. So, sugarless candy. Oh, diabetic. I know. They usually are all over this stuff. I don't. Oh, that was dust. Was that dust? Why is my camera going in and out? So I do have real fire burning back here, and that's why I brought in that big, huge lantern, because I wanted to make sure I don't cause a fire. Let's see here. One more thing. The Beltane gods. Divine couples, young father gods, gods of love, gods of the hunt, gods of fertility. This would be Apollo, Bacchus, Bel, Belanos, Bess, Serenus, Cupid, Eros, Faunus, which is another name for Pan, Frey, Green Man, Hearn, Horned God, Lu, Oak King, Odin, Orion, Pan, Priapus, Puck, which is another name for Pan as well, Sun King, and Venus. And remember, it's just don't get caught up in the names. Seriously, it's just you'll drive yourself crazy. Beltane colors are green, red, white, yellow, and pink. Symbols: fire, sacred sex. The Fae, floral crowns, hand fastening crystals, as I said, rose quartz, aventurine, garnet, emerald, tourmaline, also beryl. Animals: cows, bees, rabbits, frogs, doves. Food: honey cakes, sangria, strawberries, spring greens, and cherries. Intentions: bring in prosperity, cleansing, protection, fertility, and self-improvement. Botanicals are mint, lemon balm, mugwort, daisies, and lilacs. Colors: green, brown, yellow, pink, white, also red. Scents: mint, lemon, jasmine, rose, and lilac. So, Beltane, blessed Beltane, cleanse your home using a black candle, hang rowan branches for protection, bake Beltane banox, they like biscuits, collect Beltane morning dew for beauty rituals, make a mini maypole for your altar, and make a flower head wreath. Now, if you don't want to make a huge maypole, another thing that you can do is you can actually buy just these little wooden dowels, and all you have to do is just put a little tiny. You go to the cloth section in Walmart or something, and they have these like little tiny roses, and they have these like long dangly things that come off of them, and just stick them on the pole. It's really quite simple. You don't have to really go all out for this. Just, it's intent. Intent is everything. So free the heart and let it go. What we reap is what we sow. Powerful song of radiant light. Weave us the web that spins the night. Web of stars that hold the dark. Weave us the earth that feeds the sparks. Strand by strand, hand over hand, thread by thread, we weave the web. So they actually, it's so cool because they go in and out of each other. They weave in and out. The people, the males will go one way and the females will go the other way, and they will actually weave in and out around that maypole. It's just so cool how they do that. Okay, so the leaves are budding across the land on the ash and oak and hawthorn trees. Magic rises around us in the forest, and the hedges are filled with laughter and love. Dear lady, we offer you a gift, a gathering of flowers picked by your hands, woven into the circle of endless life. That is, where is my crown? I have the crown in here. Okay, so basically they're talking about the crown flowered headdress, woven into the circle of endless life. The bright colors of nature herself blend together to honor you, Queen of Spring. As we give you honor this day, spring is here and the land is fertile. Ready to offer up gifts in your name, we pay you tribute, Our Lady, daughter of the Fae, and ask your blessings this Beltane. For her many religious rites, fire represents cleansing, rebirth, and renewal. So this is one of the reasons why you always see them burning these fires. This still rings true to Beltane, yet is also a physical manifestation of the May King and Queen's courtship in the union coming together in that fire. So it's another reason why I have the fire going on here. And whenever I call in my fae and the fairies, I always make sure I have all my elements, earth, air, fire, and water, because not everything, people think that fairies are of the element of air. They are not. They are the element of earth. Gnomes are earth. Sylphs are of the air. Water, your undines, this would be your mermaids and so forth. In the beginning, on the evening of April 30th, the May Queen and King will stand on opposite sides of an unlit bonfire. Here it is. Beltane celebrations begin the evening, May 1st, with the lighting of the bonfires that continue throughout the night. The Beltane bonfire represents the return of the light as the days lengthen and the summer begins its journey upon the earth. Renewal and purification rites are performed by jumping the bonfire. Okay, so that's quite interesting. So the fire meaning, Beltane fire was seen as a symbol of strength and fertility. Childless women would often jump the fire to increase their odds of fertility. So that's quite interesting there. So they would actually, so these two would actually face each other with the fire unlit between the two of them. The high priest or priestess will introduce them to the crowd of participants and then light ceremonial bonfire to begin the ritual. Blessings and prayers are often repeated during this process. The courtship, the May Queen and King run in a clockwise circle. Do keep in mind that this is a joyful courtship. The running is meant to be a coy and flirtatious union. Basically, this foreplay. This is a consenting relationship, and the consent should be clear to all participants. As the two begin their courtship, the drummers and clappers will begin their music. It should begin with a slow tempo with a gradual increase in speed towards the middle. After completing 3 rounds around the bonfire, the ritual ends in an abrupt crescendo with the meeting of the May Queen and the King. Do not feel pressure to turn this into a long, lusty ordeal. The kiss is symbolic of the union between the May Queen and the King, although if the participants are willing, it is fine to allow them to fall and roll on the ground for a few minutes or run off into the woods and find a quiet little spot. After the symbolic union, the high priestess will declare the Mother Earth is fertilized. This is where the drummers and the clappers are then beckoned to join in dancing, celebrating around the bonfire. These fires are burnt all through the night until the sunset on May 1st. Okay, so dancing around the maypole, okay. To dance around the maypole was almost definitely a fertility rite meant to symbolize the union of the masculine and the feminine, which is a major theme in May Day celebrations across historical pagan footprint. The pole is made from a young tree cut down when its trunk reached the proper height for performing the duties of the maypole. Every year, you can celebrate the first day of May by watching dancers weave ribbons around the maypole. This tradition dates back centuries, excuse me, and is as woven in original theories as the ribbons themselves. So, what is the history behind the maypole and why do we still celebrate this festival today? The tradition spans multiple regions with historical evidence tracing back to Rome, back to the Greeks again, Western Europe, India, Latin America, and Northern Africa. Historians may disagree on where and when it was first introduced, but there's an ample proof that it links back to the pagan rituals in Germany around the 13th century. Over time, the tradition likely spread and served either as a celebration of spring or midsummer in Scandinavia, or fertility for the seasons to come. What better way to celebrate the changing season and the good fortune it would bring than by dancing and singing and feasting underneath the colorful maypole? So, the May baskets. Let's see here. The May basket. Where's my May baskets? Going down. Excuse me, I need to take a drink. So, traditionally, way back when, I believe it was in the 40s and 50s, this was a common practice, and maybe even earlier than that. The May basket, still practiced in discrete pockets of the country when something like this. As the month of April rolled at the end, people would begin gathering flowers and candies and gather goodies to put in May baskets to hang on the doors of friends and neighbors on May 1st. And what they would do is they would ring the bell and ditch. They would actually hang the basket and run off, ring the bell and just run off and hide. So that was actually common practice back then. In some communities, hanging a May basket on someone's door was a chance to express romantic interest. If a basket hanger was left by the recipient would give chase and try to steal a kiss from the basket hanger. Perhaps considered quaint now, in decades past, May Basket Day, like the ancient act of dancing around the maypole, was a widespread rite of spring in the United States. May Basket Tales. Through the 19th and 20th century, May Basket Day celebrations took place all across the nation. Let's see here, skip that one. Nope, guess not. A reporter said the seasonal ritual, a May basket is, well, a hardly know how to describe it, but 'tis something to be hung on a door, made of paper generally, and contains almost anything by way of small presents you may have had in mind to put in together with your respects, best wishes, love perhaps. It is hung after dark at the door of anybody where they can't see you coming and going to hang the May basket up. So that's basically traditions of Beltane and what is actually about. So I have cards. You guys interested in some cards? Let me go through a couple more of these. Let's see this one. Beltane. Things to do. Take a ritual bath. Leave offerings for the fae. Have a picnic. Craft a decorative wreath or flower crown. Decorate cookies with herbs and flowers. Dance around the maypole and decorate your altar with colored ribbons. Simple rituals. Light a candle. Welcome greenery. Celebrate new life. Bless projects. Embrace loving energy. So, Beltane blessings. May flowers always line your heart and sunshine lead your way. May you never take into great account what others have to say. May fortune move to greet you should you extend a willing hand. May the friendliness of strangers show how most good things come unplanned. May the greatest of creations be how much love you're giving. May you always fill with pride for the type of life you are living. May friends and family lift you when you feel that you're alone. May their presence in your heart make you always feel at home. And should you find a heart to love that's bravely being shown, may that bravery remind you to always show your own. So I thought that was very sweet. So here is so if you don't want to make a maypole, you can actually just hang ribbons from a tree. This is another tradition of doing that. And like I said, making of the maypole, it's so simple. Just get these little sticks here and there. You can see the flower bundles and just hang ribbons off the top. That's just too simple. So that's a cute little thing to do. And I think. And, oh, the Beltane fire. And here we go. So May 1st, light your fires. So they usually do it on the 30th that night. Well, the last day of April, excuse me, and do it that night and go over into May 1st is usually when they're lit. And the fairy pole, every fairy's a queen when maypoles spin around and the sunshine dances to May music sound. Every girl is a queen when the May's golden notes sing through sunlight and laughter. Each boy is a king. So, those are all my banners. I blew through them all. So the cards we're playing with tonight are the Healing with the Fairies Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue. I have linked them below on from Amazon. They are linked below on Amazon. So if you're interested and want to check them out, feel free. I'm going to jump over here now. Okay. So my little fairies, why are you being so quiet tonight? Hello? Maybe they don't like all these bright lights on them. Let me try something. Let's sit here for a second. Calling in the Fae. Come and play with me today. Hello. Wow, they're being so quiet tonight. I thought for sure, like I said, it's not May Day either. We're early, so this is the time of year when the Fae actually wake up from sleeping. I have had them in here all winter long. They don't actually sleep and hibernate all winter long, but they get quiet. And as the trees start to bud, they help with the budding of the trees and they help with the grass growing and everything else. So I know they're really, really busy. So I do have my cards here tonight. Is it them? So they're just simple little cards, but I do have the book to go down. Maybe it's too cold for them. I actually have my window open over here too to see because I wanted to make it, and I have the window open here on the side of me too. It's actually not that cool in here. Come on, little buggers. Come play tonight. So I'm going to shuffle the cards for a moment and see who wants to go first. Who wants to go first? Oh, there's something here. Hello. That could be dust. I want to see my little fairy folk. Little boy blue. Where are you? I want to see you. All right. So I think we're going to start with Sara tonight. Oh, Court of Madness. She said it first. Okay, we're going to go Court of Madness. So put your thoughts into the cards, dear. I'm going to drop you guys down so you're not going to be able to see behind. So here we go. Ta-da. Yes, I fixed it. So I have an easy drop. All right. So I do have my book over here to get more into what I need to put into it more. I need to cough. Forgive me. All right, Court of Madness. Oh, that's my puppy sneezing. Need to take a drink. Sorry, forgive me. Is my music still playing? Because I can't seem to hear it. Yep, I hear it. Okay, good. All right, hey, just making sure my. Yep. And go back to comments. Okay. Nothing like being under warm blankets. I'm gonna stop doing art projects here. I'm making a mess. What is this? Okay, don't look at the mat. Okay, Court of Madness. I'm gonna start shuffling, dear. Oh, my nails are so pretty. I don't know how many times I've destroyed them with hot glue this week, making the crown. And every time I do the nails and get them ready for class, I decide to do something else and I ruin them again. But thank you. I actually broke this nail. My nail was like out to here last week. So, but that's the beauty of doing what I do. But I love what I do, so not complaining. All right. Come on. Court of Madness. She's open to receive. At least these are easier to hold. Boy, those cards wanted to pop out. Let's see if they pop out again. Come on. I'm going to cut the deck here. Oh, there we go. Hey, look at that. Okay. So we have letting go. And oops, you got 3 cards here going on here. Visualization. That's a good one. And romantic partner. So let's go to letting go first. I'm gonna find these first. Sorry, guys. I got a nasty cold earlier this week, and I'm just kind of like on the outskirts of it. So, are these in any order here? Guess not. Well, that's gonna make. Let's see here. So, letting go. This has to do with shadow work, releasing things that may be still bothering you, or working on your psyche. You have to also ground and center yourself. It's really important to do. Vitamin C. I actually have been taking my Reiki vitamins and lots of vitamin C. So I actually got over it. It was like one day, it was like, I felt like it was like a full-blown flu. I had the full body aches. I didn't even get out of bed. It was just horrid. But I have a feeling it was an ascension thing, because I've been nailing myself hard with meditations, and I got to stay as bright as you guys, you know. Thank you, lovely Shadow King. Welcome to the group. So letting go, working on the shadow work, grounding and centering yourselves, visualization. Now, this is very important. When you visualize, intent is everything. It really is. And visualization is part of this intent. That is being in touch with that childlike mind I keep telling you guys to be. Be that 3-year-old child. See the fairies, see the lovely things that are around you, that is easily hidden in the world because we're too busy to pay attention. So visualization, so definitely work on that. Romantic partners. Now, this can mean a new love coming into play, but I don't feel that. I believe that this is almost like a renewal with the partner that you have. That is going to be, maybe you'll have more date nights. Maybe you'll have more time for each other that you normally don't have. Is that your animation work, Shadow King? Shadow King. So anyway, so those are great cards there. A Court of Madness. So who wants to go next? Who wants to go next? You're going to do Adam? Adam, put your thoughts into the cards. Ask a question. And then lovely Shadow King will do you after. And then we'll bounce back to Vincent. Okay, so here we go. Adam. Oh, wow. Wow, you got visualization. So that's an important card again. Your thoughts are planted in the cards. That visualization just popped right out there fast. Most welcome, lovely Shadow King. The Shadow King. Well, thank you for joining us tonight. Happy to have you. We love new people. Love new shiny people. The enlightened ones. Okay, so, oh, here we go. So I'm going to do fast reads. Whatever cards falls. Adam, you're going to like this one. You ready? Financial flow. The abundance is coming. Rise above the problems. We'll discuss that one in a minute. Your inner child. What did I just tell you guys? Get in touch with your inner child and awakening your true self. This is what's happening with these Reiki classes that you guys are actually taking with me. You are actually being enlightened and going up higher in frequency, and you actually have connected with your higher selves completely now. And the next Reiki class, which is coming up very soon, I will be putting the placements into you guys. So again, visualization, Adam, it is a little bum right there for you. So visualization, very important. That's how magic works. If you believe in something enough, I believe in fairies, but if you believe in something enough, okay, that becomes your reality, okay? That belief becomes part of your world and things start to change. So visualization, very important. Then we have the financial flow. Again, I see you actually opening up maybe your own Reiki practice or something after you've done June 8th, which will be your graduation class. I actually see that you could be making more cash flow coming into you. Hey, Jasmine. I'm excited for it too. I was actually bummed it wasn't next week, but I needed to make sure that you guys had enough time to go through that purification process that I put you through in the first Reiki introduction class. Rise above problems. Excuse me. Like I said, things that you can't actually deal with on your own today. Don't waste your energy and your time and your resources worrying about that problem. Let that go. Give it to God. Give it to source. Say, God, I can't do anything about this today, and I'm not going to lower my frequency anymore and get in a low frequency where I'm more apt to get sick because of worry, because stress brings in worry and sickness. So I'm just going to release that to you. So that's what you want to do. Rise above the problem and release that. And then your inner child, as I said, try to be that childlike being that you are, that's full of life and full of love. Welcome, Chris. Welcome to have you, sweetheart. I'm so happy you're here. I was hoping you were going to make it. And then you awaken to your true higher self, which is what we're actually doing now with these Reiki classes and so forth. So, okay, lovely Shadow King, if you want to put your thoughts into the cards, dear. Whatever falls, I'm reading. Excuse me. Goodness gracious. Maybe the fairies are waiting to come in and they're waiting for Chris. So, all right. Here we go, lovely Shadow King. Let's see what the cards have to say to you today. Okay. Oops. Almost dropped the whole deck. Whoops. So we have new location. Ooh, this might possibly mean that you're moving somewhere. Could be a business exchange, or it could have to do with the physical move of your home. But it's definitely saying a new location. Could also too just mean a trip, a vacation that you're planning on taking. So it's definitely saying new location. So that's interesting. I've never used these cards before, so I'm just going to let them drop and just get what I feel off the cards and just spew it out there. So how is Chris tonight, my friend? I got your little turtle over in the fairy sandbox back there. Okay, let's drop some more cards or I'm going to cut the deck. All right. Whoops. Okay, let's see here. Ooh, financial flow for you as well. So we have cash coming into you. So that's a good thing. Happy to hear that, Chris. So happy to hear that. Let's do one more for you. Lovely Shadow King. And I have a very short-term memory, so if I forget somebody when we get towards the end here, just yell out to me and I will definitely, I'm going to cut the deck here. Here we go, cut the deck. Magic of Nature. Okay, so these are the cards, okay? So new location, so you're possibly moving, going on a trip. This could also be a business adventure is what I'm seeing here. Financial flow. Now see, these two cards are going together. I'm getting this more as a business adventure, if that makes sense to you. Shadow King. So I'm getting this as maybe there's a new adventure, a business adventure that's going to be coming or offered to you very soon, and it's going to bring in more cash flow. And then the magic of nature. I'm seeing this as going outside, spending more time in nature. See beyond the mundane because there's so much magic out there. And when you learn to connect with it and ground and center yourself and connect with Mother Gaia and all these beautiful energies, they will really start talking to you. So let's do Vincent. So I don't forget Vincent. I did Adam. Connect with the cards, Vincent. My mat's not going around. Excuse me, goodness gracious. There we go. Where's the other one that fades in and out? You're so welcome, lovely Shadow King. Come on. All right, Vincent, are you ready? Supposed to fade in and out. Okay, Vincent, let's do it. What are the cards yelling at Vincent? Ooh, here we go. Vacation. They're telling you to come and see us, Vincent. Look inside yourself. Hey, I'd like to pull out one more card for you, Vincent. I like to do 3 cards because the 3 cards it allows me to see more of the bigger picture of what's going on. Whoops, and here. Kick up your heels. So this kick up your heels one, this is kind of screaming at me right now, Vincent. This one is telling me to don't be so serious. Kind of let go. It's time to go on vacation. That's what you need to do. You need to come on vacation, come pick up your heels with us. We'll go do some spooky ghost hunting at the cemetery and at the Tower of Death and do some other stuff. So I'm really seeing this as you opening up and just letting go. Look inside yourself. We always are our own worst critics, and we're always so hard on ourselves, and it's so you gotta learn and practice more self-love, and that's what I'm getting off of this card is I'm getting more self-love, but you definitely need to come on vacation and kick up your heels and come be with us spookster gang and get going on that one. Well, I promised to do one card for Angie. Here's Angie's peace of mind. And if you do all these things, Vincent, you're going to give Angie peace of mind. Okay, let's do Jasmine next. Jazz, put your thoughts into the cards, my love, my modest goddess. Gosh, it's being so quiet back there. Jeez. Okay. Jasmine, you ready? Here we go. Jasmine, speak to the cards. Oh, you already had one flip over. What do we got here? Ooh. Parenting and children. How ironic. Oh, geez, boy, these cards, you're really pushing your energy in here. Magic of nature. God, I don't mean to keep coughing on you guys. I'm so sorry. My apologies. I have asthma too, so of course that's where the cold goes. It dives right into my chest. But don't feel sorry for me. I'm happy. Life's good. I got my boys coming to see me next month to come and visit us. Adam and Vincent. We're so excited about that. Got the fire pit all set up outside for you guys so we can do some s'mores, and got the grill all set up out there so we can do a barbecue. It's gonna be fun. All right. Give me 1 second. Mother Faye's dying. Okay, I'm back. Now back. Meanwhile, back at the ranch. Okay, one more card there, Jasmine. Let's make it happen. Make it fall. Put it into the cards. There it is. Thank you. Oops, you got two more. You know what? Oh my God, you got a bunch more. Okay, I'm just going to read them all. So, you got new location, but I don't feel that you're moving. Magic in nature, and that one fell out with the children and parenting card. You do a lot of stuff in nature with your children, and I think that's really amazing. Introducing them to the world of Fae, which is really cool. This card's interesting. It's honoring your true feelings, and I really feel that you're delving deep because I know that you're doing a lot of shadow work with yourself, and I know that this is really bringing up a lot of feelings that we have a lot of emotional issues and baggage that need to come to the surface, that come to the surface with shadow work to be healed, and that's what's going on there. The new location. Again, I know you want to go on vacation, but I don't see a vacation in the near future for you, maybe like 6 months out. Parenting and children, so there's that one. And honoring your true feelings, magic of nature. So that's being out in the with the children. There's a vacation here. The vacation card did come up, and I'm seeing this more like maybe August. The August is what I'm seeing on that. And again, look inside yourself. Again, these feelings, and this has to do with your shadow work. This has to do with being outside, introducing your children to the fairies, as I know that you are, and in the magic of nature. So that's there is a vacation. I'm going to say July or August is when I'm going to see that vacation for you. Penny, you still here? You want to give the cards a go? Penny, Penny, Penny. Penny for your thoughts. So, move this out of the way. Penny. I'm going to start shuffling. Here we go, Penny. If she's not here, I'll still do a card for her and see what it is. There she is. Hi, Penny. Put your thoughts into the card, love. Oh, I'm about to down some honey here in a second. I might have to take some honey. It's cough expectorant, in case you didn't know that, honey. Oh, actually, I'm gonna. Yep. Ah, it coats the back of your throat and stops that coughing. There you go. You're most welcome, Jasmine. So, Penny, picked up any good crystals lately? Oops, I thought that card flips over. I got excited. Oops, that card did. Beauty. Hubbard, hubbard. Okay. This card, it's not so much as beauty as I'm getting as self-care, you taking care of yourself. I think that was a piece of dust over my keyboard. This has to do with, meditating, taking maybe nice long candlelit bath. Throw some herbs in there. It's fun to throw herbs into the tub. But that one I'm getting more of health, just connecting with yourself and getting more in. Rise above the problems. So this is basically telling you that don't get caught up in the emotion. Remember, the spiritual world is controlled by your emotions. Okay, when we have PTSD or something like that that has come into our life that triggers something, that is triggered by emotion. Okay, that emotion, that trauma took a snapshot in your mind and in your memory. That's how that PTSD gets created, and something will trigger that to come out in you. This is telling you to rise above that problem. Don't give into the emotion of it. When you have panic attacks, I know you have panic attacks, Penny. When you have panic attacks, the first thing that you can do, I'm going to put the camera up real quick. The first thing I want you to do is start tapping yourself. And what this does is, remember I told you your soul's not always in your body. It will hang out here in the casal chakra or the earth, the soul star chakra, okay? And when we tap ourselves, you're pulling your soul back into your body, okay? Your focus is where your hands go. Remember that. That is the focus when you do this. You're going to see, I'm kicking up dust right now. This isn't fairy coming around me, so I'm not going to mark it as that. So when you go into panic attacks, the first thing you can do is start tapping yourself, start tapping your chest, okay? And that pulls your soul back into your body. The next thing that you can do is just tell yourself, we are fine, we are okay, because this is your lower chakras. This is your primal chakra, okay? This is your root chakra, and what this doing is it's going haywire. It's telling you that fight for flight needs to come out, and that there's something here to fear. And I need you to get over that fear, because this fear is what's bringing on these panic attacks, okay? That was something. So that fear is bringing on these panic attacks. So don't give in to the emotion of it, is what I'm getting at. Okay, go back down. All right. Penny, let's do one more card for you, lovey. Yell, who wants to be next? Who's next? One more card for Penny. Come on, Penny. I don't know if Carrie's in here. Can you guys see Carrie at all? If she's in here, just let me know, because I can do a card for her. I never end up doing her cards because I'm in StreamYard. I'm not on YouTube right now, so I can't see the channel and I can't see the chat coming through. So you're most welcome, Jazz. Modest. Okay, we're cutting the cards. Here we go. Hang on. Okay. Sometimes these cards, I think they're flipped. Awakening to your true self. And this is exactly what's happening to you too, as well, Penny, because you're taking these Reiki classes, and the ego, these Reiki classes heal the ego, and there's nothing wrong with ego. There really isn't. Um, it's when the ego gets to the point, though, where it renders you from doing things, puts fear into you, that's when the ego becomes a problem. It isn't about getting rid of the ego. It's about healing the ego. And that's the biggest thing, is you have to heal that ego in you. That's what these Reiki classes are doing for you guys. So that's them. All right, so that's quite interesting. So self-care, self-beauty, working, getting outside, spending more time in nature, meditating, taking time for you. Maybe there's in fact, Adam and Vincent just did it. Those tubs there, those salt baths. I forget what they're called. What are they called? Guys, tell me what they're called. I actually have a certificate for one. I haven't yet gone to it. It was been given to me over a Christmas ago. Excuse me. Can't get over doing the Reiki business. You can't get over doing the Reiki business? What do you mean by that, Adam? Were you planning on doing it? I think you should. I really feel that this is a calling for you, my dear. The float tank, that's it. So doing a float tank, that would be a lot of fun. So definitely you're awakening to your true self, Penny, and we can talk more too about these panic attacks and try, hopefully it will start. These Reiki classes are going to stop the panic attacks, I promise you. The panic attacks are part of the release of the Kundalini, believe it or not, that lovely energy. So let's do Shane. Put your thought into the card, Shanunu. Thank you, Adam, for answering me. I lost my coaster. Just falling apart everywhere. Okay. Owning a business is so hard. Well, the beauty of the Reiki, Adam, is that you can actually just start off slow. That's what I do. I just have people come to my house maybe 3 or 4 times, a month, and I make $50 an hour, and it's decent money. It really is. And they'll come, and you don't have to. If you decide that you don't want to do it that day or whatever, just as long as you don't have something booked that day, just start off slow and see how you like it, sweetie. It's just something to consider. Shane, here we go. You don't have to dive in. I'm going to read these cards because they just didn't want to be shuffled. Again, vacation. This is Adam and Vincent coming to us. Magic in nature. You've been doing that. Shane got some really great pictures of imps for me, and I know I've shared those with you guys. So that's kind of crazy. He likes to go out and take pictures, especially at night. Dreams are coming true. I see this with the movement of a house, maybe. In honoring your true feelings. And that's a really good one for you, Shane. There's honoring your true feelings. And again, it's so easy to get caught up in the emotion of everyday life, especially all the stuff that's going on in the world right now. It's quite scary, and that fear is really high and rampant. You can't even go to the grocery store without somebody taking out anger on you because, and remember, anger is another form of fear. That's what I tell myself. When somebody's yelling or screaming at me, I tell myself they're scared. And I try to look at them as like a small frightened child, and that's where I can actually pull up that compassion and the empathy for the person, even though they're yelling at me or they're angry with me. It's fear. I ask myself, is this coming from a place of love? So that's very important. So definitely dealing with your feelings. Your dreams are coming true. That's a really great card. Magic in nature. You love to spend time outside. In the vacation, I really think I'll be so laugh if Sara gets the vacation card too. Let's do Sara. My lovely darling daughter, Sara Synister. Your mom is calling. Put a thought into the card, please. Here we go, Sara. You're most welcome, Shananu. And Penny, you're such a caring person too. You're always worried about other people and taking care of others and your family and so forth. And we forget, it's you too, Jasmine. We forget that self-care is so important because it's just like Reiki too. If I'm sick and I'm tired and sick and tired, I'm not going to go out and run out and do Reiki on somebody because even though I'm not using my own energy to do it, because I'm just being the conduit for the universal energy, but still, it still can actually, it's not really good. These cards, every time I think of, it's not really good to force yourself to do healing on people if you're not well yourself. So because your energy's low and you're pushing that energy into the people because you're being that conduit, and you don't want to push any of your sickness into people as well because that can be done. Looking inside yourself. Okay. Sara, look inside yourself. What do you see? Do you see darkness? Love my kid. Body movement. They want you to dance. Come sing with the fairies. And here we go. We have parenting and children. Yes. This one's very important, and I know you have no children, but you do have children. You have a haunted museum upstairs in this house, in this attic, and in this attic are many, many children, and you love these children as if they were your own children. And I know this, Anna and Alice and everybody else upstairs. We love them very dearly, even the ugly boogly ones. We love them too. We care about all, and this is why you're so amazing at what you do. So this card's validating that the children really do love you and that you really do love them. Body movement. Um, you're so busy doing editing videos. You need to get somebody to edit for you, girlfriend. But you're so busy doing stuff, and in that, again, it's been raining here for a week, so it's hard to get out and to get moving and get motivated, other than just you working on your YouTube channel as well. So this is just telling you, get that body moving. I'd like to get us some yoga mats and just do those yoga poses just for that on the chakras. Nothing extenuous because my back only lets me do so much, but I would definitely like to do some stretching exercises with you. And also to looking inside yourself, your self desires, maybe having conversations with yourself. People think you're crazy for talking to yourself, but that's actually a sign of intelligence if you actually have conversations with yourself and talk to yourself, and look deeper inside of you. And again, remember, keeping that emotion, you'll never lose your chance to have an emotional breakdown. That doesn't go away. But breathing and taking a few minutes and grounding and centering yourself before we fly off the handle, or we get angry or whatever, when we do that, it rebalances everything, and it doesn't let us go too deeply down the rabbit hole with frequency wise. Okay, so who else do we have in here that I haven't done? Is this everybody tonight? Chris! My goodness, Chris. Can't forget Chris. Wait, I gotta get something, Chris. Look what I have here, Chris. Do you recognize this little turtle? Chris gave this to me. He's kind of cute if I can get him to come in. He's even got a pair of glasses on if I can get his glasses. There he is. So this is a little shell creature, a little turtle that Chris gave to me Samhain Halloween time. So we're gonna put him on the table, Chris. Put your thoughts into the cards, Chris. Let's do it. Okay. Shuffling the cards, Chris. Whoops. Financial flow. They're telling you you're going to have some money coming in. That would be nice. Money with the expensive stuff, everything going on these days. Little financial flow coming in. That would be good. I think we might have to cut the cards for you, Chris. Hello. We're going to cut the deck. Cut the deck. We have detoxification. Detoxifying yourself. And I'm going to shuffle through one more time if I can get him to fall. Whoop, this one flipped over. The inner child. Being that playful inner child that keeps us young. It really does, guys. Age, yes, our bodies do age, but our bodies age quicker when we tell ourselves that we are getting old. When you're not in touch with your inner child, and I'm goofy all the time. You hear me. I can't, sometimes I can't help myself. But that inner child is what keeps you young. So definitely detoxification. Possibly it's telling you to watch out what you're putting in your body for food. Maybe, take a break from McDonald's or not eat so much there. And financial flow showing you that you have cash coming in. I'd like to read one more card. See if I can get a card to drop. One more card. And if I missed anybody, say it now because I'm going to flip the camera up after Chris here. The final one. All right, I'm just going to cut again. Here we go. And we have environment awareness. You being out into the environment and being aware of it. Just give me a second. Here we go. So, environmental awareness is just you being more in tune. You're like one of these people that doesn't throw trash on the ground. And this is just telling you that they're aware, that they see what you do as far as, caring for Mother Earth and special things that you do. Are you going to be planting any flowers, Chris? That would be a wonderful thing to do. That helps the environment immensely, planting a tree and so forth. Okay, I am going to flip my camera back up. Here I am. Hello. I'm going to move out of the way for a second. My little fairy folk, you're being awfully quiet tonight. Hello. Hello. I want to see the fairy. I'm in to play. Magnetic. Again, it's not May 1st. It's not Beltane yet, too. So that's usually when they do really start to get very rambunctious. Can you guys come and say hi at least? You've been so quiet tonight. Do you like your fairy star? Look at your fairy star up there. That's so cool. Can you make your fairy star move? That would be awesome. So anyway, yeah, I spent about a good hour and a half cutting that out. It's made it out of a cardboard box and a X-Acto knife, and getting those points perfectly. So that's the fairy star there. So that's supposed to be very powerful. And I actually did open a gateway on that. So you guys are being so quiet tonight. Well, I'm kind of disappointed, dagnabbit. So anyway, so Beltane, make a maypole, do a May basket. Remember, bonfire. Don't forget that bonfire. And if it's not a big bonfire, make a wish and jump over it, because they say that when you do that on the eve of May Day, when you do that, it's actually bringing the wish to life. So that's kind of cool there too. So, well, I guess there's no fairy activity going on. I'm really disappointed. Interesting. Buggers. Well, anyway. I'd like to thank you all for being here tonight and spending your lovely Thursday with me. Next week, it is about Pan, one of the Titans. We will be discussing him and the Horn God, another form of the Horn God as well. Planting seeds. Oh, there is one more. Aha, that's what I missed. I know what I need. I need to jump back over here real quick. All right, go down, go down, go down. There it is. Planting seeds. A seed blessing. Blessing by water and fire, and light this incense that it may be blessed and make holy in turn. So the smoke rises up, so the blessings rise up, and through these seeds, let the air and fire and water bless and purify these seeds of the earth. Let them sprout strong and well. Let them grow tall and swell. With fruit and leaf and stem, let labor's love well end. I ask a bountiful harvest to send, as above, so below, let it be so. And one more. This one. May your day be blessed, your morning be bright, your evening filled with fay and sprite. May you dine in joy and feast on hope, bathe in the graceful light of love. So again, I'd like to thank you all for being here tonight. You make me shine, and you guys are all blessings to me. And I hope you have a lovely, lovely Beltane. And always remember, guys, one more thing: shine, shine, shine. Next week's Pan. I love you all. Good night.